All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Dominopoulos, and today's video is going to be a 7-star Old Man Logan unlock. We're going to do this without Super Scroll. We're going to do this without Mythics. We're going to try to use as much raid stuff as possible. I'm not going to use anything past level 100 except Lady Deathstrike, because she's awesome. But you don't have to. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you like my stuff. Now, this is my second time shooting this video because I forgot to turn my mic on the first time. So you're going to see a very happy me going through this for a second time. So enjoy the show. All right, I'm going to pull up the video and let's get going again. My favorite thing is to do things twice. Are you going to play video? There we go. Now the video is playing. Happy me shooting this a second time. So we're going to do this in 9 nodes, difficulty 15. We're going to do this in 9 nodes, so you'll need 13.5. You can see you got the War Pact on, the Crucible Pact on, and the hero characters deal an addition 10%. I don't think you need to put that one on. I think I overshot. So you could probably get away with just about the Crucible and the War ones. But why not? So first node, you don't have to worry about building up any cooldowns. In general, I tend to use Spider Society on the first part of every Scourge. If you've been following my stuff, this isn't the first time that you see me do this. But if you look at the build on my Spider Society, that's not how to build them up. But that's okay. The two that I don't have G19 are probably the two you're going to want at G19 along with Peter B. But they work, so that's fine. On this node, just get rid of the Castrol and get rid of the rescue. That's all you really got to worry about. And make sure if you are using this team on this section, make sure you have their cooldowns in good shape because you are going to be using this as a team again on 2 more nodes. For now, it's I think it's the best way to go. You can see we already got through the rescue, and we're pretty much through her. We're going to spread from her, or no? We're just going to go in basic and go ahead. And that's really all you really got to need to know about this node. And because of the fact that I'm doing this for a second time, we're going to skip through this. We're just going to fast forward right on through this because I don't want to watch this again. I didn't want to watch it the first time. This first node is not difficult. Use whatever you want to get through it and just get through it. So let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit. 17, 12, 9, 8, and through. And we're through. That was amazing. You see how easy that was? You just fast forward and you're through it. Can't believe I have to do this again. I just wanted to go to bed. Long day of work. Got to shoot this twice because my mic was off. All right, 7-star at a time. There we go. You can see what the size I'm using. Big Black Knight. Everything else G17, level 9 to get you through just fine. If you don't have a Black Knight this big, I can understand. You don't want to put the dark promo credits into them now. That's fine. Build up your Cosmic Ghost Rider a little bit higher just to compensate for it if you want. Or you can go through with a lower Black Knight. I do have to do a couple resets on this node to get through. But it's not the end of the world. Start with the special. I got the T4 on the special. I'm going to land the stun there. I think I put the ability block on the Strange. I don't think you necessarily need to, but I did. You can see I almost got through my star neck. I'm going to get some safeguards and all that fun stuff up. Here we go. There we go. Ult gets a little bit of speed. Yeah, no. All right. I already got charges. Don't need to put more up, but why not? Go ahead. We're going to do the rewind. You could use the Starnak special over there to get a rewind. So now the Wong is stunned, trauma, and rewound. We're not getting worried about getting stuck behind that taunt. And that pretty much helps us get through the first part of this. Now, this Gwenum down there can do a healthy amount of damage on her ult. So make sure you either got defense up or you kill her before she ults or whatever. Obviously, the Strange has to go before he ults because that would just wipe you clean. And then I think I'm saving stuff. Yeah. See, I could have used the ult there, but now we're gonna save some stuff because the next part of this node is the more challenging part with the Madeline Priors. So for now, just make sure you're not getting stuck behind the Wong with the taunt. Make sure you're able to survive that Gwenum over there, and the rest of them really aren't doing too much to you. Just like I said, get rid of the Strange, control the Wong, and make sure Gwenum doesn't wipe you out. And then that's pretty much it for the first part. So let's get through them. I probably should be focusing a little bit more on Wong because I don't want him coming out of stun and causing problems. But that's fine. That is fine. The more important part are the Madelines and how. See, I didn't need the ability block there, but I wanted some charges. So the next wave should be dropping. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Madeline's are the prior. Madeline's are the prior. Madeline's are the problem. Um, and we're stuck behind a taunt with Strife over there. So if I had the ultimate ready with Cap there, I probably could have stripped it off, but I didn't have it ready. Because here, all right, let's get some safeguards and all that good stuff up. Make sure we're in good shape. There we go. And the M is a problem too. So we're going to try to control the M. I would have liked to done the ult to hit both Madelines. Wasn't able to because I'm stuck behind the taunt. Unfortunate, but that's okay. I kind of actually liked showing this that you don't have to be in a perfect world to get through this, even with a team this size. And this is where it can get a little bit hairy. So here's your problem. Madeline can take out two of your characters. I got lucky that Starnak ate both of those hits because sometimes they could take out two different characters. If one of them happens to be Captain Carter, just reset. You need Captain Carter to revive. Now, if they do take out two characters, that's fine as long as it's not Black Knight or something. But because you can string this along long enough to get both of them revived, so you still can get through. If two characters get wiped out, you just don't want it to be Captain Carter. So we're going to rewind that Emma. I don't want Emma taking any more turns, even though I think I do let her take another turn. I don't remember. No, I don't. But I don't want Emma doing anything else. And I really should have focused more on the Madelines, if possible, because this right here, again, those can get ugly. If they all crit, if they all hit, be ready to reset. You can get lucky and get through this rather quickly, or you can get unlucky with a team this size and have to reset a million times. I think I did like 5, 6, 7 resets, something like this. This really wasn't terrible to get through. I really wasn't sweating this really at any point, which is good. You don't need to go crazy on your out of time to get your 7-star Old Man Logan, and that's the whole idea. So this part can get ugly too. These anti-venoms can be a real problem, because they could start buffing the hell out of people and reviving people and causing all kinds of problems. So this can get ugly too. But Madeline's got to go. Let's get that Emma. So I wish Emma was gone, so I could have went right down the middle and hit both of the anti-venoms. But it's okay. We still get through. And because we got safeguard and immunity, everything doesn't get flipped on everybody. Did get flipped on Black Knight, so not the greatest, but also not the worst. So that can get ugly too with the Void Knight. This node isn't the easiest node. You're probably, I guess, especially with a team, if you're doing something with this size, it might take you a couple resets to get through. But that's okay. You can reset as many times as you want, so you don't have to build these characters up any higher. So let's get the revive again. And again, we don't have to use this team again. We're doing this in 9 nodes. So I think I do get through with everybody good, and I probably could have done the 10th node on this. I didn't even bother, because you don't need to if you're doing it this way. And let's make sure those anti-venoms go. I think one of them does get a turn and actually does a revive. Yep, there you go. And I revive order, first person that you kill is the first person that they revive. So I'm pretty sure that's from the first wave. Didn't even need to do that, but we don't need to save any cooldowns. So let's get through this. Let's get through this. Especially because this is my second time shooting this video, because I'm a moron and forgot to turn my mic on the first time. So much fun doing this twice. Hey. All right, we're almost through. But at this point, you're through. So yeah, the important part is little bit of control and keep your Black Knight in decent shape. You can use them on both of the nodes that you use Spider Society on to make things easier. You can get straight through with straight Spider Society on those nodes as well. That's how I did it the first 5 times that this event went through. It gets through fine. But he makes it easier, so why not make your life easier? Are we done yet? Surprised that didn't get you. 22 damage. Huge damage I'm doing. 65 damage. Massive. You dead yet? Goodbye. All right, and we're through. So you can get through with a G19 Black Knight. Everything else, level 90, G17. If you don't feel like building this team up. I don't feel like building this team up, so it worked. All right, next node. All right, Cosmic Bio is the one everybody always uses Super Scroll on. You can get through without Super Scroll, really no problem, to be honest. You do have a couple options to use. Invisible Woman probably would do very, very well. But last time around, I did not have these absolute amazing A thingies. I think one of them's 4-star, one of them's 5-star. Maybe they're both 4-star, whatever. But newer characters with the newer stats do so much better than the older characters. So them at 500k do absolutely great. Now you don't need to have Nova to do this. You could use Void Knight. It'll have the same effect of what we're going through or what we're going to do. I'm saving Void Knight for the last node. Same thing because I just want him to be able to ability block Shang-Chi on the next version. But this right here, we got 2 Annihilator characters. You're, I guess, all the Rita team at this point. You got your 2 absolute amazing A thingies. And you got Nova. Again, you don't have to have Nova to do this. I'd imagine you do at this point, and you could really use them at any level. You just need to be able to pull this ability off. Trauma stun, cleared everything, and now we can get away with him and he can focus on the Lady Deathstrike. So we just wanted to get rid of that taunt and take Blob out of the picture. And that gets it done with Nova. And same thing, you can get it done with Void Knight. Just make sure you get your Void Knight's ability back around for the next time we're going to do this node. And again, if you got Super Scroll, use Super Scroll. I'd imagine if you're doing OML 7-star unlock, you probably have Super Scroll at this point. So just, use Super Scroll. But you can do it without it. So we're just doing this for funsies. Why not? I want to get rid of, but you can see how much, look how much damage she's taken, or she's, that's a 4-star, just whatever. Use the new stuff. Big tip, use the new stuff. So at this point, we're just going to plow off some characters. We get to the next wave anytime soon. There we go. Magneto and Archangel. I'm not really concerned about Archangel going off because I'm not concerned about anybody dying. And you can see my Nova is behind one of my taunters because those he'll be able to do just fine with those charges. But I'm not concerned about Archangel going off with the rewinds because no one's really going to die on my team. But I do want to stop Magneto from doing his ult. I don't want to get stuck behind everybody clumped all together. I don't want blinds on everybody. I was hoping Nova's ultimate would take him out, but it didn't because he's been power crept. He's more of a kit character now at this point, but you could see we used his kit. His kit was effective to getting what we wanted done. So the power really isn't there anymore, but Trauma Stun is always going to be useful. Trauma Stun is a beautiful thing, and not many people do it. So still go ahead and get yourself a Nova. You just don't need to G19 them like I did. Use them in Dark Dimensions again because I love Trauma Stun. I think it's a beautiful thing. Did we get them? We got them. There we go. And the end of this node is really with the Apocalypse is really what you want to do, or really what we're focused on now at this point. So Gladiator at this size that I got him, it's a big Gladiator. He can take the power punch, really, no problem. But he's not going to have the taunt up for me. I'm okay with either Miss Marvel Classic or Gladiator getting killed on this. The next version of this node, where you have to use this team, is nowhere near as hard as this. And this really wasn't that hard, and we're still not using Super Scroll. So I'm okay with either one of them getting power punched out of it. And if, again, if you're using Scroll, you can rewind them. If you got a bigger Medusa, you could probably one-shot them. You can see how much damage she's taken out at, 4-star, 5-star, or whatever she is. So you can get, and he's not a big boy Apocalypse. He's starting with his special. So he's not starting with his ult. He's just starting with his special. So there's a chance you can get through him before he even does his big boy stuff, with his ult. But again, I'm okay with either Gladiator or Miss Marvel Classic getting dead. Actually, I'm probably okay with anybody getting killed by the power punch. It's fine. We'll bring something else in for the next time. So I wound up with the Classic getting killed. Goodbye. Yeah, whatever. We're good. This can get a little bit annoying at the end because of his retaliates and he heals on his retaliate. So you got to have enough damage to get through him. But that's okay. You can see I'm not really even using abilities on him. I think I'm just going to basic most of my way. through him, because I'm really not that concerned. Amazing how much damage she does. I wanted the damage there for the kill, and I didn't get it. Let's basic him. Let's basic him to death. Does Nova wind up getting him? Nova got him. There you go. And we got through. Well, I'm okay with eating the power punch. I'm okay. Obviously, you don't want your whole team getting wiped out. You're going to have something for the next version of this, but whatever. That's fine. And we did it without scroll. Easy enough. All right, next node. All right, hero skill. I use straight Spider Society on this one. You can see there are some Liberty members you can put in. There's an Astral member. Again, this is not how you build a Spider Society, but it's okay. But in the start here, we're going to stay away from Doc Ock. And again, if you want to use Black Knight, go ahead. He'll probably make things exponentially easier than I did here. But stay away from the Doc. I don't want to hit him while he's got the flex. I don't want him getting sped up. I don't want to get his speed train going and cause all kinds of problems. I did have to reset a couple times because there's, depends on how you're stripping buffs off of the lizards with the taunts. I think I probably did like 4 or 5 resets or something like that to get through this, so it wasn't necessarily the easiest thing. I wound up using the ult over here because I wanted the striker attack to pump energy, even though I probably didn't need it. But force of habit, I go after the vulnerable. And now you got the ability block over on our buddy up there. It appeared on Lizard for 1/10 of a second and then disappeared. So I don't know if that was a visual bug or whatever, but we have an ability block over on Doc Ock, so we're fine. And I don't really want to touch him again until I know I can get him dead. I don't want him going off. I was hoping to strip the taunt off there, and I didn't. So a little bit unlucky. Again, I would have loved to use the ult there, maybe on Doc, but I think I need to save it for later anyway. So maybe it's a good thing. And we're through the taunt. And again, I don't want to touch Doc until I know the Doc's dead, and I don't want these lizards ever really taking a turn. If they get their ult off and they're going to peel off all your buffs, and you're going to be a little bit of trouble. So we go with the stun over on the Doc. Doesn't necessarily always land. So you might get unlucky with that, but it did land that time, and he's pretty much neutered and done and stunned and heal blocked and everything. So I really... I mean, these other characters, the Slayers here, like, if they got offense up, they can do some damage, and it can be annoying. But really, my focus is really, I just want this Lizard gone before Lizard ults. So I'm going to get some slows over here, so I got that side controlled. So now they're controlled, and I can probably go after the Lizard now. Yeah, let's go after the Lizard now. I want Lizard dead before Lizard goes. And with speed up, I'm not thrilled about it. Is that going to do it? That did it. All right, there we go. Then we're going to spread from somebody with the most bleeds. Yeah, go ahead and spread. Yeah, there we go. And going after the Slayer, huh? I guess I didn't want Slayer doing things. There we go. All right, and then the Green Goblin Classic. So that's really where you got to focus here. This can get annoying because his retaliates can wipe some of your characters out if you're not if you don't have the strongest stuff. So you got to be careful with it. I was hoping that the defense down would. It did land there. I was hoping that the rebound chains would hit him a lot more often. I think the first couple times when I did this node, the first couple passes, I think I killed him one shot with that ult, just because I got lucky with the rebound chains and crits and all that kind of stuff. But I go after the Green Goblin. What are you doing? There you go. Green Goblin Classic can't take a turn. Don't let him take a turn. Don't let him take a turn. He gets his ult off. Now, I probably should have just ulted here, but I went with the special to get the stun. The stun might not land. It might not go through. So, again, you can get unlucky. You might have to reset a couple times. But it's fine. This node is doable with straight Spider Society. But Green Goblin Classic can't take a turn. No turns. No turns. His ultimate is devastating. Everything he does is devastating. So he's got to go. There we go. There we go. And again, you can get, I could have gotten unlucky there. somebody could have died and I might have had to restart that. So Cravens, they could all do damage on this. But your Spider Society has great sustain. So that's why they do so well in a lot of PvE content. All right, are you all dead yet? Come on, die. Are we done yet? Are we there yet? We got through all the threats now. So you're through all the threats. Get the clones. Get the clones. Auto basic. Why did I auto? All right, we're through. All right, next node. Taking their time there. I think Peter's checking me out. All right, how we looking? How we looking? We about halfway? We're almost halfway. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right, villain. Villain, you have a million options for villain. I went with Orcus. Look at all these options. You got Mephisto, Apocalypse. You got your Annihilator, Super Skrull, Shadow King, Agatha, Kang. You have a million options for villain. Million options for villain. But you could use your Cabal too. A lot of people are using their Cabal. Save on teams. Cabal will get through this too. So you have a lot of options. You could use Ravager Stitcher. I have a really big Orcus. So maybe this isn't the most reasonable thing for me to be showing, but it is your raid team. So if you have your raid team build up, you got to, it's villain. You're not going to have a problem getting through this. You have a million different options. You got plenty of mythic characters, but I figured I'd do it with a raid team. Lady Deathstrike is the only character over level 100 that I am showing in this whole thing. And I love her. She's amazing. Build up Lady Deathstrike. She does incredible amounts of damage. Single target damage is one of my favorite things in the world. And she does AoE damage too. So she's fantastic. Get rid of the Cosmos. Control the Cosmos. Get rid of the Cosmos. And you really should have get rid of the Dazzlers too. They're a very big problem. Excuse me. They are a very big problem. But I'm not smart, so I saved them for last. So if you want to be smart, unlike me, get rid of the Dazzlers because they can cause a lot of problems. Stuck behind this Colossus here. Oh, and also if your smallest character on your team, like being Nimrod, don't put him behind Sentinel because it can cause problems, which it kind of did a little bit in this node. Using a 4.5 million Orcus, and I wound up losing 2 characters. Got them back as a Scientist Supreme's, revive. But yeah. So if you want to be better at this game than me, don't do dumb stuff like me. I probably should have just went like right after the weak Dazzler up at the top there. But no. Just go after a Cosmo. That's going to flip everything anyway. So this does draw out a little bit. Again, this is the villain section. You got a million different options. You could run a million different teams through. It's okay. You could use multiple teams to get through this. But I am just trying to show a raid team. Use a raid team. But again, you got plenty of options to get through this. But we're going to try to do this with no mythics all the way through. So are we going to... No? We're just going to basic? Probably should have specialed, but whatever. Whatever. It's okay. Are we eventually going to get rid of this Cosmo now? Yeah. No more Cosmo. No more Cosmo. Still more Cosmo. No more Cosmo. All right, and now the the Dazzlers are all primed up and ready to go with the rest of her mutants. So, bad idea. But you know what? Let's do bad ideas. Control the Forge. I don't want Forge doing anything. I don't. You just don't. You don't. The Gambit pings can be annoying here. They can do some damage. This is a big team, so it's eating that damage. But that Gambit can be a little bit annoying. And the Nightcrawler, obviously. You don't want Nightcrawler getting to his ult. We could eat the basic, we could eat the special. I don't really know if you could eat, if we got safeguards and defense up and all that kind of stuff, especially with this team, we probably should be fine, but we don't want him ulting. Most importantly, we don't want Forge doing anything, so Forge is really going to go. And then there's a Nova with charges because we used the War Pact. I was actually hoping this would do a lot more damage. It got rid of the Gambit, but I was actually hoping that would do more to Forge. Nothing's going to land necessarily on Nova while he has his charges, so that Scientist Supreme Basic probably wasn't the greatest, but it moved the charge down. So I'm kind of focusing a little bit too much on Nova here. I don't know if it's a little bit too much, but you really don't want Nova getting to his ult either, because then you get the war abilities and the battlefield effect, and that can get ugly too. So get through the Nova charges, but to me, just keep Forge down. Like we don't want Forge doing nothing. Probably should have went right after Forge there. Yeah, I used the ult. I was hoping this would burn right through him. I was hoping his charge wouldn't hit in between the striker attack, but it did. So, all right, go back after the Forge and get the ability block, but it doesn't land. Not great. Not great. So that's going to cause a little bit of problems for us. And I think I'm going to wind up losing our Sentinel, and I think I wind up losing our Nimrod as well too here. But that's all right. We got rid of the Nova, and this is what we didn't want to happen. We did not want that happening because now everybody's all juiced back up. All the debuffs are gone. And this actually could have been a problem. And Nightcrawler could have gotten to his ult. And, so this is why you don't want Forge taking a turn. I did get unlucky that the ability block didn't land. So, and I'm kind of glad that I get to, show Sun where it's not working perfectly. Then you still can get through. But again, I'm using a big team, and I'm not using any of the really big characters, though. The big mythics and, Mephisto and everything else you could use on villain. Using a raid team. Trying to get through with the raid stuff. And this team has kind of that same feel as like Spider Society does. They got great sustain. They have a revive that Spider Society doesn't. Which Scientist Supreme has a chance to revive a character, whether they're Orcus or not, has a chance to revive a character every time she takes a turn. So, which is great, and actually what does wind up happening here. Pretty sure I lose my Nimrod too. Now this basic, see how much damage that basic does into defense up. Like that's incredible. A little unlucky that he got targeted, but that's fine because the Sentinel is back, and because I left the Dazzlers for so long at this point, I'm like, you know what? We'll save them for last. Again, not the greatest thing. I'm not showing the smartest thing. If you want to watch stupid, welcome to my channel. You will see all kinds of stupid all the time. If you're not stupid, this would go a lot faster instead of a 10-minute node on villains. That didn't need to be a 10-minute node, especially because I'm shooting this video for the second time. Basic, this is why I love Lady Deathstrike, single target damage. Single target damage is so great. If you guys have been watching my content, you know the Quicksilver. I always recommend the Quicksilver. Expensive to build, but single target damage to me is just so great. If I can burn down a priority target and mess up their plan, to me that's always the greatest thing. I love me some single target damage. Used to love long shot back in the day. I think Philosopher was the only other person that did. Love me some single target damage. Get yourself some single target damage. And Lady Deathstrike's the biggest character on my roster by a lot. 1 million more power than my Odin. Just get yourself some Lady Deathstrike. She's fantastic. I have a feeling she will, even though this team is prime in their prime, right now and rocking. I have a feeling she will do very well outside of her team for a very long time, especially with that damage. She has a post annihilator rework, so she's going to rock on. I'm on auto basic. There we go. So that's one way to get through. If you want, that is an option. That is an option. I think Nimrod's checking me out on this one. All right, we through this? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? All right, next node. Is this the Cabal one? This is the Cabal one. All right, we're at Cabal. I'm going to pull the team out so you can see what size that I'm using here. They're all level 100 G18. There are some diamonds on there. I didn't put them on there. I just happened to get lucky with them. The Emma, you could have it any size. You just need to be able to get in it. The Loki, I would prefer level 20 and up. I think it's level 20 is when the passive becomes active, the level 1 passive. So he goes first and then can clear these deflects off of Peter Bay. They wound up not all getting cleared, which is unlucky because I would like this special to guarantee that the trauma lands. You can see trauma didn't land on everybody because of the deflects. I got lucky that it did there. I probably could have just reset it until it does. because I want the trauma to land, I want it to stick, and I want the heal block to stick, and now Peter B's under control. And then the Pav, or the Penny. Penny can't take a turn. Don't let Penny take a turn. We're gonna get through Penny. But this team does so well. You don't need them G19. You don't even need them as big as I have them. You're gonna do just fine. Stun the Penny. Stun the Penny. Yeah, stun the Penny. I don't want Penny taking a turn. I don't want Peter taking a turn. I would prefer that Vol doesn't take a turn, but you'll still survive it. I'm going to use the special in this chunk. I was hoping that would get rid of Peter, but it didn't get rid of the Peter. But Peter's pretty dead. So, and now I'm stuck behind Beta. Not stuck behind Beta. This team does so much damage. We got the Crucible packed on. You're going to be just fine. Don't sweat this node by any means. You're gonna rock your way through this. So, and then the Pav. I would prefer that Pav did nothing. I think I let Pav take one turn. You definitely don't want Pav to get to his ult. He's got speed up, so not the greatest thing. Probably should have targeted him. It did chain around to him anyway. That's fine. And then your Weaver. And you got another Vol there. You got a Lady Thor, a Jane Foster. Dr. Jane Foster, and the Weaver. You don't want Weaver to take a turn because Weaver's going to get her charges up, and then everything's going to miss, and then it starts causing some problems. So you can save your Iron Patriot ult for her to get her stunned, but you're going to be doing so much damage here that it's not really much of a problem. You're going to get through her before she gets a turn. Just make sure you're paying attention to it. They just don't let her take a turn. Get rid of her. Yeah, do I special on her? I think that's pretty much, yeah, that pretty much did it. And we don't have to worry about saving cooldowns. Saving cooldowns is not a problem here because we're not doing the last node. So again, if you do want to use this team on the villains nodes, you can use Cabal on the villains nodes. And make sure they're in good shape and they got cooldowns and all that kind of good stuff. So you very much could use Cabal on those villain nodes too. So. Again, so if you want to save cooldowns, by all means, go ahead. But we're pretty much through this node, and that was minimum effort. It's a reverse Deadpool, minimum effort. We got through that, no problem. But just make sure Penny doesn't take a turn. Control the Peter. Like I said, you don't really have to build up your Emma or your Loki. I would put Loki up to level 20 and Emma up to whatever you want. And you know. Maybe Emma has to be a certain level, so her passive gives the speed manipulation, so you go first. Maybe that's an issue. I don't know. So build them up a little, whatever. But Loki, I know you can get away with like level 20. Did that on my other account. So we're through it. We're through it. We did it. And next node, more than halfway. Much more than halfway. We're getting there. We're getting there. What's the next node? Cosmic Bio again. All right, this one's easier. This one's easier than the last one. Goodbye, Scroll. Get out of there. Get out of there. We ain't using you. Pretty much the same thing as before, except we're going to bring in the Void Knight. Again, you don't have to use Nova. I think Invisible Woman would have done fantastic in this too. I think she would have done great. And you don't need the Nova, but got them, so use them. And it's real. Like I said, I think Invisible Woman may have done okay in here too. But Void Knight, ultimate on the Shang-Chi, ability blocked, then he goes and he's not ulting. And then we're good. I got the special ready, so go ahead. Yeah. No, I didn't. Probably should have. I don't know what I'm saving stuff for. Checking out what Medusa does. That's what Medusa does. All that damage. 4 or 5 star, whatever she is. Ult, go ahead. Why not? We're not saving anything. We don't have to use these people anymore. And follow up, and we're dead. All right, next wave. Yeah, get the torn up. So now we're all torn it up. All right, Visible Woman and Colleen Wing. Oh, there we saved the stun for that. Didn't really need it. But yeah, she's under control. And then Invisible Woman, get her under control or dead. It's amazing how much damage she does. Use the new stuff. Use the new stuff. All right, get through the Colleen. Colleen dead yet. Namor can do some damage to you here. I mean, that's, you can see he's going to use his ult. It's a nice chunk of damage. That's not bad. It's okay. Um, but you could see I wasn't really stressed on it. This node, these feel. I know they said they did some type of nerf. I think the cosmic bio. Maybe this was it, where the heroes for hire characters aren't getting charges, because we do have the war pact on. So you assume they would be getting charges from war. But that just means I would have had to kill them more times, and you can see we're not really struggling to kill them or take much damage, or I'm not really paying attention to much at all on this node because it's very, very easy. And again, we're not using scroll. Don't need to. Not necessary. Maybe we did the first time around. I don't remember. Pretty sure I used scroll on it. So if you have it, use it. It's okay. I'm not saying not to use it. Just don't have to. You dead yet? No. No, I'll get him dead. Nope. Nope. He's got the most speed. Not worried about the Iron Fists. Yeah. You dead yet? And then that's pretty much it. Like these are the second node is much easier than the first one. The first one has an APOC that can get a little bit ugly if things go poorly. Again, you don't necessarily have to have Nova, but he helps, and he doesn't have to be all jacked up either. That just trauma stun. Trauma stun's great. Trauma stun will always be great. I think should be. All right, we there yet? Hero skill. All right, this version, I am going to use Black Knight. You can get through with the straight Spider Society. You don't have to use Black Knight. Every time that I've done this, the past 4 or 5 times this event's gone live, I've done it with straight Spider Society. It does fine. But you see, there's a couple Liberty members. For all I know, they're going to do great. And not that many options after that, other than Lilandra. I'm sure as soon as we unlock her, she could probably solo this. So who knows? New stuff, new legendary, new whatever. But I am going to bring Black Knight in this because why not? We have it. Let's make our lives easier. We don't have to struggle. We don't need to. I'm going to save that ult because I don't feel like doing it into the baldies over there. Was hoping it would chain around to Braun. I think the first 5 times I did this node, it did. Braun is really what I want to get rid of. Titania is really what I want to get rid of. Actually, really want to get rid of as many Gamma characters as I can before the Red Hulk drops. So actually, I think on this run through, Red Hulk does get his ult off on me, but the node's pretty much over at that point. So I didn't even care if I got completely wiped because I just bring in whatever I got left over to get rid of him. But I'm gonna ult here, hopefully clear off the taunt. Do I clear the taunt? Maybe on the follow up. Yeah, it's gone. It's already gone, and then we're gonna focus on the Braun and the Titania. And I also don't want those absorbing men causing problems when the Red Hulk drops and getting stuck behind taunts. You're going to be a little bit careful what you're targeting. So, yeah, I did it over there. I was hoping to get rid of one of them and did not. That's fine. We did some damage. And you can see that Black Knight just doing great stuff. Imagine not having Black Knight here. You can see all the traumas and all all the debuffs that we have rocking right now. You might not necessarily, you wouldn't have any of that kind of stuff. Let's ult on Titania. Come on, get over there. What are you doing? What are you doing? Ult Titania. I don't have to worry about counter. Now, I was hoping this would chain back more to Titania. It didn't, but that's okay. That is okay. This wasn't a perfect run, and I'm happy to show that not everything has to go perfectly. You can still get through. And we're going to special down the middle. Clear those death proofs off of Braun. Yeah. Braun dead. Braun gone. Nope, not yet. That's fine. We get some charges back, maybe? No, I'm saving stuff. Look at that. I probably could have specialed and got some charges back. So hopefully I can get through one of them. I was very disappointed that this didn't get through the absorbing man here. I was actually very surprised. Like, I'm not even at to the point where the death proof's getting peeled. I was really hoping one of them would have been dead already because I really want that Titania gone. All right, I guess I'm still saving stuff. And that could have gotten a little bit ugly. You can see we got a lot of debuffs on us. All right, let's stun the She-Hulk. We want She-Hulk under control. She-Hulk gets 5 charges. She's going to send everything back. Unless they got trauma, then it's going to stay, but you don't want that to happen. We're going to use the ult here to get some disrupts on the Hulks and heal ourselves up and get a whole bunch of buffs and all that good stuff. Yeah. I don't know if they all land. They did on the Hulk, so good enough. Really want that Titania dead. I don't want Titania's doing anything else. And yeah, we're going to ult there. Get that Titania. She's so annoying. Goodbye. All right, get some slows. Yeah, as many slows as we can. We got a Hulk. How about that? Did we get the other Hulk? We got the other Hulk. All right, Red Hulk's going to be popping soon. Where are you, buddy? All right, Red Hulk and the Kang. The Kang cannot get to his ultimate. Do not let Kang get to his ultimate. And I would highly suggest not letting Red Hulk get to his ultimate either. Now you're going to see some poor gameplay here. So let's go. Let's get some poor gameplay in here. Now I should have ulted on the Kang. Should have gotten the Kang gone. I was hoping to get the defense down, landed on Red Hulk and chain back to him a couple different times and take him out basically before he ever even got a turn. That obviously did not work. And now we're going to let Kang get off here. Can't let Kang get to his ult. He gets to his ult, you're done. You want absolutely no part of that. So now we're focused back on the Kang, but the Red Hulk already has 3 charges, so not great. Not great. I didn't play this so great. I'm not good at this game. So, and again, that ability block on Kang's not going to do anything. He's just going to clear it when he takes his turn. So now we get a Red Hulk with 4 charges, and we got a Kang about to ult. So you might have to reset if you're as bad as I am at this game. Let's get through the Kang. Let's get this Kang dead before he takes a turn. If he takes a turn, we're in trouble. So, yeah. Did we get him? Come on, get him. All right. I did that just for the damage. Because I was scared. So now I'm not trying to touch this Red Hulk. If I touch him again, he's going to get his 5th charge, and he's going to go off. So I'm trying my absolute best not to hit him. But because I was so scared of hitting him, instead of using the special that would have stunned him from Penny, I didn't. More bad gameplay. So if you're here for bad gameplay, you got it. All right, he's going to give him his 5th charge, and then he's going to go off. But at this point, I really was concerned. It's fine. He got it off. I actually didn't care if everybody died at this point because I just bring in whatever I got left and clean up because he's pretty much dead at this point. So, again, we're good. We got it. Get him dead, and get him dead. So you can survive if he does ult, but it's not the greatest idea. Definitely not when with other characters on the board. Then you're in trouble. So again, try not to let that happen, like I did. All right, we're through it. We're almost there. We're almost there. Is this one more node? One more node? Yep. And villain again. And I use the Orcus again. Again, a million different options. Use your Cabal. Use whatever you want. This node is a lot easier than the first villain node. It's exponentially easier. And I'm glad this is almost over because this is my second time shooting this video because I forgot to turn my mic on. And I'm getting tired, if you haven't noticed. All right, let's just start doing damage. Lady Deathstrike special. Let's just wipe everybody out. Probably should have done it on the Kate. But that's fine. Is this going to stun people? Nah, I didn't even use it. Didn't even use it. I guess the photons could be a problem. Again, you have so many different options for villains. I'm just using a way overpowered Orcus at this point because it's whatever. It's a raid team. Go ahead. Use your raid stuff. Use your arena stuff. Build the core of your roster and everything else will take care of it. But again, if you're watching a 7-star Old Man Logan video, you probably know that already. So we're almost there. We're almost there. You don't want Viv doing anything. So Viv's not going to do anything after this. Goodbye, Viv. And JJ can clear everything and dump energy. And she has insane resistance, which is like finally, after 4 years, starting to get power crept. She's always had one of the highest resistances in the game. Finally, we're able to start landing some stuff on her. Resisted. Does this one land? It lands. All right. And I was hoping this would take out the Squirrel Girl, but it does not. But the bleeds will take care of her because bleed is based on attack, on your attack power. So those bleeds are very, very healthy bleeds. And we're almost there. We're almost done. We're almost done. Again, you get a million different options for villain. I'm just trying to show core stuff. I know this isn't a reasonably sized team for everybody to have, but build up your Lady Deathstrike because Lady Deathstrike. That's why. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? I'm so glad you put that slow on her before she bled out. She would probably bleed out too. Hey, we're on auto. We finally got to auto. And that's it. That's the last node, and we got through it. No mythic characters. Enjoy yourself a 7-star Old Man Logan. I way overshot with the points, 14.2. You don't even need 13.5. That's why I don't think you needed that third Scourge on. Just the War in the Crucible one should get you there with the round bonus. Even though the math won't add up early, the round bonus should get you there. And this is your 13.5. I already got them maxed out, so it's not going to give me anything, but maybe it gives you something. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and as always, I love you guys. I'm out.